Mini expansion is here. Let's take a look at the 7 cards that got revealed during the stream yesterday. I'm Hishiro. I played in 2 WGP for Shadowverse. I used to be a pro player for Tempo Storm, and today this is my opinion on the new cards. So the first card is Roland the Faultless. 6 PP 5/5 ward. Fanfare, if allied followers have evolved 3 times this match, you destroy an enemy follower and restore 3 defense to your leader. If at least 5 evolved, you draw 2 cards and recover 4 play points. And then on Evolve, if you don't already have Durandal's Eternals, you summon 1. And Durandal is basically all your allies, including your leader, cannot be targeted by effects. So this is a pretty unique effect. It looks very impressive, looks like it could be blocking some combo decks, until you actually look at what is in the meta right now. So if you look at the current top decks, like Buff Dragon, Joe, it's just going to deal 5 and 7 to your leader, doesn't need to target. Transmute Shadow, Ilio is going to attack, you summon Storm, doesn't need to target. Castle does need to target your wards, but then you have like big Storm followers, so doesn't need. Magachio is the same, you only really block Wind Invasion, but there's still Case Crack to TK you. Arthright Rune, you block very Ritual, but you still don't stop the Golem from going face. And Sportal same, lots of Storm followers. The only deck that you can see get really screwed by Durandal would be Mysteria Rune, since so many of the spells boosted by Yena need to be targeting. But unless Mysteria has a new big buff, we don't really see it coming back into the meta. On top of that, Roland is already 6 play points, which is the same as Goddess of Creation, another defensive card that you would like to play to increase your max health. So she comes at the same timing, it's a bit awkward. And I don't really see how you can have like 5 evolves ready for turn 6. Even if you play in a deck like Charlemagne or you add some extra things like Blooming Dancer, you can only really get to 3 evolves for turn 6. So I don't really see Roland like making a big impact on this meta. The one thing that could be interesting is if you can like set up Durandal and then play Weiss with wards. Then you completely shut down Fanfare and opponent cannot target Weiss for removals, so at this point it's pretty much GG. But the problem is that you're going to need to take 1 turn for Roland to set up the Durandal, take 1 Evo, and then you need to still be alive to play the Weiss. And like decks like Ilio Shadow, they're just going to OTK you anyway. They don't really need Fanfare or targets. So I don't see this being that impactful. Next card, we got Day, Master Spy, Storm. Fanfare, you put a Special Investigation in your hand. Special Investigation, basically put another token in your hand and evolves the Day. And the token Ain, it's Rush and give your other follower +1/+1. On top of that, when Day evolves, it becomes an ambush, and on strike, it draws a card. So, Storm and Ambush are always scary keywords, but I don't really see this being played in Loot Sword. It's like a bit too expensive and doesn't really provide any synergy. But it could see play in Charlemagne due to the +1/+1 boosting, meaning you can evolve like one of your neutral followers with this for very cheap, only 0 cost. It also participates in the evolve count for your Roland, so I could see these 2 cards being played together, but I guess they would feel like in their own like sort of archetype where you try to ramp to evos as much as possible. But I'm not sure this deck is like ready with the current card pool. It's an interesting card though. It's like 4 damage, some board control, you get card draw, it's pretty strong by itself. It's just that it takes like your turn 3 or maybe turn 4. Next we got Terminus Dragon, Rush Bane. Fanfare, you subtract 1 from the cost of 2 random Dragoncraft followers for your hand. And if Overflow is active for you, it gains Storm. So this effect used to be on Strike, on a 6 PP follower. So this is definitely a great upgrade. I'm just wondering, is it really something that Buff Dragon or Big Dragon wants to play? It's a bit too small for Big. Maybe it could allow like the Worm Goddess to be 1 turn earlier, or to be able to play Worm Goddess and immediately play something else that you reduced. But it's a bit hard to see. At least it has good value as a removal, but maybe just a bit to win more or a bit too random for this deck to play. And then for the gold we got Dragon Slayer Tragedy, just banish all enemy cards in play. This is clearly made for a Degenerate Dragon, so that you can make it 0 cost. It could be interesting to also banish amulets, like the 4PP amulets from Haven, or even Roland if it ever becomes meta. It's also relevant that it can banish Dark Alice, even if it is as an amulet, completely denying this deck's game plan. I think in most cases you're going to prefer the 8PP spell that heals and draws and give you a recover evolution point and stuns things on the board, which is most of the time better than removing them. But this could be maybe a one-off, maybe it could be preferred in some matchups. For the next one we have Alexel. This was really expected to be a damage cut card, but it turns out it's just a Storm Ward, and if you have more evolution points than your opponents, she self-evolves and she cannot be destroyed by effects. So basically it's a big like 6 to 8 damage going face, and it serves a similar role to Xion, this card that used to not be able to be destroyed and or banished, and be just super hard to remove. She also has the damage cut thing, saying she cannot take more than 4 damage at a time, so you need at least 2 trades if she's not evolved and 3 trades if she's evolved. Or you could just like play Winged Inversion for 2PP, or you could play the 2PP banish spell from Haven, or you can use the 9PP banish of Big Dragon. There's like so many convenient ways to remove her compared to Xion. And also, this card doesn't really fit any deck. I think it's way too expensive for Elena Haven to be playing this, even with Ivor summoning it. You cannot really guarantee that you have the condition to make her indestructible by effects, because even if you play Evolve Haven, you don't have any ways to recover your play points. The one thing it could be interesting against is like against Helio Shadow, where if you have the cannot be destroyed by effects, okay, you block the Gilgamesh OTK, Helio's Bane isn't going to remove your ward, but then you're just dealing 6 damage Storm Face. Even if you have a second one, and they both got the Evo, it's only 16, and are you dealing with the Ward Banes, or are you dealing with the Aegis? You really did nothing regarding that. So, good card, unplayable. Next we have Dine, Cannon Sword Soldier. So this card used to suck really hard, but now I could see it being played. It's Accelerate 1, you destroy all artifact followers, on your side of the field of course, and if at least 2 followers were destroyed this way, you destroy 2 random enemy followers. So this is already good to unbreak your board. You trigger your last word effect like Analyzing or Radiant, or even the small Rhino that gets shuffled back into the deck, and you make board space. The destroy 2 random enemy followers is also cool against like Haven double ambush, or even like removing things on the board. It's always cool. And then for the main follower effect, it's 6 PP 5/5 ward. From there you deal 5 damage to all enemies, and if you shuffle at least 20 artifact followers into your deck this game, you deal 10 damage instead. So the 20 artifact shuffle thing, it's not really impossible to see. You start with 6 shuffle for Agil for turn 4 or turn 5. Then you're going to have shuffle your ice strikes, you go 4x4. You're going to shuffle your rhinos 3x3s. So I think after your 3rd rhino dies, you'll be at 19. Just 1 extra little effect for 2 more shuffles is going to be enough to activate Dine. Now the question is it really going to get you lethal, and is it really going to solve the problems of Artifact Portal? Because right now, Artifact Portal has 3 big problems. Number 1, your Agile turn is very unflexible. You're going to have to evolve him on turn 4 or turn 5, and you're going to not play a lot of things on the side. It can be hard when the opponent is already going wide. Number 2, your combos take a lot of board space, with Ratalia, with Ines being on the board if she cannot trade, etc, etc. So the Accelerate solves this problem a bit. It doesn't really draw though. And it's gonna help a bit, but you're still going to struggle against combo decks that leave no board, like Transparent Shadow or Magachio. And number 3, you only have basic draws, or you have so many artifacts in your deck that when you tutor an artifact, you really don't know what you're going to hit. So it's hard to make sure you have the combo pieces for turn 6 or turn 7. So considering that, I don't really know if Dine is really the push needed. I don't think you can like have a consistent OTK turn 7, even with Dine 10 damage. You will need like to draw the Radiance or draw the Airstrikes, or have a 0 cost Rhino ready. It's still a lot of conditions for it to work. It could be working, I think Dine is an include in the Artifact Portal deck, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to push it to tier 2 or tier 1. Next we have the neutral Okeanos making a return. So Femfair, you choose one of the 2 tokens to put in your hand, and if you evolve at least 3 times, you evolve it. The tokens are Drop of Kindness, restore 3 defense to your leader, solid, a bit like a Set Accelerate, or Flowing Mercy, you destroy an enemy follower with 5 defense or less, which is honestly pretty good value for 1 PP. We used to have Vals only killing something with 3 or less defense. So this could be an include in Evolve decks. This would be actually good in Evolve Portal. It kinda lacks a self-evo since Robopper rotated. It could see play in Elana too. You do meet the condition and you enjoy this 1 PP heal for later. So yeah, I could definitely see this card being included in Evolve decks that don't feel complete yet in their archetypes. They're missing like 1 of 2 cards to have the right synergy. And that's it. Let me know what you think about the new cards in the comments. And I'm preparing this channel seeing that Shadowverse World Beyond is coming. So I'm taking any feedback that you have on this video. And let me know if you want more. See ya!